Savage, and this is episode number 3 of Content Talks on this channel. And today I want to just quickly cover the 7 reasons why you should start a podcast in 2021. I've been podcasting for about 2 years now, and I have 2 of my own shows that I host in addition to this YouTube channel, and have led the launch of quite a few others. And I think that there is a huge opportunity on this platform for you and your business, your ministry, or just your personal brand coming in to this next year. And so here are the 7 reasons why you should consider starting a podcast next year. Number 1 is that listening is constantly growing. Listening is constantly growing. Every single year we see more people starting to prefer listening over reading. And that is a big deal. That's a big shift that has been happening in our culture. And so it's important for you to have some style of platform that is leveraging either listening or watching, so that you are capturing people's attention where their attention is going. You know, as people are starting to prefer that platform, it's important that you are not being left behind as this shift takes place. Which leads us to number 2. Over 40% of people listen to podcasts regularly. That stat is from 2019, and I can guarantee it has grown this year. But that just means that people who have some sort of regular rotation, even if that's just listening to podcasts monthly, or kind of just listening to podcasts as a regular part of their life, or people who listen to podcasts every day, over 40% of people listen to podcasts regularly. That is a big deal, because that means that around 40% of your audience listens to and is comfortable already with podcasts. And if you go into that space, that means about 40% of your audience would love to see you and to listen to your voice and hear your voice added to that platform. Now, on the flip side, that leads us to the 3rd reason that you should consider starting a podcast, and that is the opposite stat that I just gave you. Because that means that around 60%, a little bit under 60% of your audience and of people don't regularly listen to podcasts. And that means that you can be the one that introduces them to that platform. Because if you're the reason they start listening to podcasts, and if they like what they hear, if you've created a good, high quality product that adds value to them and is fun to listen to, then they are going to continue to listen to your show for hopefully years to come. If 60% of people who don't regularly listen to podcasts sounds big to you, that is actually an opportunity rather than a risk. It's an opportunity to get people onto this platform. Which leads me to number 4. Podcasting is a natural way to build trust and relationship with your audience. This is so crucial to this platform, and it's one of the reasons that I consistently encourage people to start a podcast, is because it's inherent that you are going to build trust with your audience. They're hearing you speak. They're hearing your conversations. They're hearing your perspectives, and you're talking directly to their ears. You're talking to them. And that there's something different about that, and a different way that they connect than if they were just reading your writing, or just getting your emails, or just seeing what you put on social media. It is very significant, especially in long form content and things like that, for people to really get to know you and feel connected to you and your brand. Number 5, co-marketing episodes is so easy, especially if you're doing an interview-based show, or a show where you're having conversations with people who are in your field or in a similar field. That means that every single episode, you are gonna have the opportunity to co-market that piece of content. That means that your audience grows, and it means that their audience grows, and you both see a benefit and a value to your business or your organization as a result. It's definitely something you want to leverage, and it's often a way that you can get some really high quality guests on your podcast, because they're going to see a benefit and you're going to see a benefit because of co-marketing. Number 6, and this kind of ties into number 4, but podcasting, it's an easy way to build and protect your brand. As you're creating high value content that is really customer focused and really just adding value to the people you're trying to reach, you are going to see the awareness for your brand increase. You're going to see people getting connected. You're going to see people getting introduced to the podcast. You're going to see people getting engaged as a result. And that is huge for your brand. but it's also an easy way for you to protect your brand. As you are literally the one speaking on this platform. And so the only thing that people are going to hear is what you say and the things that you are talking about in relation to your company. And that means that you are really shaping their perspective of you and what you do. And that is a great way to build trust. It's a great way to build your brand, and it's a great way to protect your brand long term as people are consuming that content. Last one, which is number 7, is that the monetization potential is huge. And I leave this one for last because if the only reason you're starting a podcast is to monetize it, then don't start a podcast. You're not going to add value to the space. You're going to be distracted by the return and whether each episode is bringing in a certain amount of dollars, and that is not going to be fun. It's people are going to start to see through it, and so if that's your main goal, I don't even want to see your show on the platform if that's your goal. But the monetization potential of podcasts is very large. One, just for your business, and 2, also for potential ad space that you can sell. So number 1, monetization for your business is simply that brand recognition and the opportunity to naturally talk about what you do in your products in the flow of a conversation. And so it doesn't feel salesy. It doesn't feel like you're trying to sell people stuff unless you make it that way, which I don't think you should, but we can talk about that more on another video. But it's a natural way to put your product, your brand in front of people and in turn get sales or get donations, and the list goes on. But on the flip side, even if you aren't like necessarily starting your podcast for your business and you're not going to focus on trying to build your brand for it, if you're creating a podcast that's worth listening to and people are listening, there are companies and people who will pay for ad space to get in front of your audience. And that is definitely something that you can leverage to stay financially sustainable through this platform. There's a huge opportunity in the space of podcasting, and I think that you should leverage it in 2021. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, as always, do not forget, if you did like it, please like the video. Just click that little button. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the little bell so that you never miss another video on this channel. We come out with new videos twice a week to help you on your content marketing journey. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you back soon.